All right, Dakota has identified that we have a problem with a modifier. I've identified that there's a modifier that doesn't seem to work. Now let's go over basically what a modifier is. What kind of words, what part of speech would be a modifier? Handy dandy grammar school style posters over to my left, right behind Haley, list the 8 parts of speech. Which of those parts of speech are modifiers? I'm sorry? Adjectives, and what else? Not verbs. Adverbs. Adverbs and adjectives are modifiers. So in grammar, when we're talking about modifying, we're talking about a word that gives a quality to another word. So if I say black mug, the word black modifies mug, tells me a little bit more about this mug. That's what we're talking about with modifiers. Dakota's problem here is not so simple, though. We're still talking about modifying, but we're not talking about single word modifiers. We're talking about phrase modifiers. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to underline some phrases, and I want you to tell me what they modify. Three modifiers. As a whole, we were placed in, and according to the Bible. And I want you to tell me what they modify. Emily, you're often silent back there. Pick one. As a whole modifies. Well, let's read it. My own hope and prayer is that Christians as a whole will respond to the society we were placed in according to the Bible and not in the media or social norms. What do you think? What is as a whole? Yes, yes. It's which Christians? All of them. So he's using this phrase as a whole to denote all Christians. All right, easy enough. Pick another one. Brett? That's right, we were placed in modified society. According to the Bible. Aha, here's the problem. This is what I flagged, right? According to the Bible. Let me talk to you a little bit about a big grammar term called syntax. Anybody know what this means? Any computer geeks out there see syntax? Zach, what does syntax mean? Not used according to rules of arrangement. In English, if I want to modify cup, where's the adjective come? Before or after the word? Before. Black cup. In French, where does it come? After. Therefore, French syntax differs from English syntax. Syntax is the rules of arrangement. Where in traditional syntax in a sentence, what goes first, subject or predicate? Subject, usually. That's syntax. You're all sitting out there saying, what's he talking about? I'm talking about rules that you have known since you were about that tall. You've just never really thought about them. So, some rules of English syntax. If you have a phrase that modifies, where does it usually fall? After. Christians as a whole. That makes sense. Society we were placed in. The whole phrase or clause follows. So if I say the cup on the table is my phrase. It follows cup. According to the Bible. What is according to the Bible? Anybody have a sense of, and I don't want Dakota to answer this because he's the writer. Anybody have a sense of what according to the Bible is supposed to modify? What it's giving me information about? What is according to the Bible? Somebody, I'm sorry. What? His hope according to the Bible? My own hope according to the Bible. I could see that as making some amount of sense, but I'm not sure that's what he's going for in the sentence. Austin, you had an idea? Correct. I agree with you, Austin, that I think Dakota's trying to say they should respond according to the Bible. In other words, they should let the Bible dictate their response. But with its placement, what does according to the Bible look like it's saying? Speak up, Kim. Modifying the society. which society that we were placed, or modifying actually not society but placed. How were we placed into the society according to biblical rules? According to the Bible tells me how we were placed. Why would I believe that? Because it comes right after placed. So what Dakota needs to do is somehow move according to the Bible. My own hope and prayer is that Christians as a whole will respond according to the Bible, to the society we were placed in, and not according to media or social norms. Somehow that according to the Bible looks like it's telling me how people were placed in society. So I'm considering it a misplaced modifier. So just move it around somewhere. Move it closer to will respond. Somehow you've got to move it away from placed, because right now it looks like it's modifying placed. Does that make sense, Dakota? Cool. That's a pretty unique problem, not one that I encounter very often.